So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a Audi SQ5. This is a 2014 model year and kind of the guinea pig of this kind of car. They made the Q5 before this, but this is the SQ5, and there's a lot of major differences between the SQ5 and the Q5. Now, the first thing I notice when I get in this car is that it's very much, say, like the RS4 I drove recently, except in an SUV form. But when I say SUV form, it's kind of funny because you have this awesome airbag system. So when you first see this car aired all the way down, you think it's a wagon. The other day, Andy showed me what the Q5 looks like without the bags, and you're like, oh my God, it's so different. It's kind of a car that I would never think of modifying, but Andy did such a great job with these beautiful, beautiful gold wheels and this awesome air system. It's a supercharged V6. So you get a lot of supercharger whine outside of the car, and you get a little bit of it inside the car as well. You sit very high up, even though you're very low to the ground overall. That's the advantage of bags. You can go up and down and get over anything. Only bad thing is when you live in Boston, there's potholes everywhere and you have to play basically a zigzag game, and poor Andy blew out a sensor recently and had to tow the car home. The ballpark wheel horsepower of this car, it hasn't been dynoed yet, but it's around 370, 375 wheel, according to the butt dyno. And I completely believe it. For being such a heavy car, believe it or not, this is lighter than the V10 M5, which is incredible. And it handles pretty well, and it makes a great noise. Okay, come on, you can do it. Now this car is pretty much an automatic, but the great thing is that you can decide if you want to shift or not. But if you're just going through a lovely cruise through the city of Boston, then stay in auto, it's a great time. The exhaust on this car is AWE, but if you put the windows up, it's completely fine. There's no drone or anything. But when you hit a straightaway really quick, we'll go into it some. It's just enough of that V6 sound to where you're satisfied, and it's loud enough. It's great. What I'm really impressed by is the airbag system. It's an AccuAir airbag system, and back in the day, I talk about this a lot in some of my other reviews on bags. Bags were terrible at handling. They were just bloated, floaty, and they couldn't do anything. But since with this, you are lowering your center of gravity, and it can handle just as good as springs pretty much anymore. The wheels on the car are niche 873 inverts, and they're a 3-piece wheel set. Now, these are 22s, and they're the only set in this color in the world that are 22s in this gold color, and they are ridiculous. When I saw this car the very first time, I was like, I want to drive it really bad because it's just that beautiful. It gave me a whole new outlook on like Audi SUVs. I never envisioned myself wanting to modify an SUV, and now I'm just like, that is so cool. That's awesome. The greatest thing about it is every time you go into the next shift, you get this loud pop, and it's a satisfying time every time you shift it. And you know, every time you get in a car that has paddles instead of a stick, you think that you're gonna miss that stick shift, which a lot of people do, but I'm one of those people that if the car is fun, it's fun. I just don't care. And it's so torquey and so instant that it just, you go along for the ride. And it's like, Mom, I'm gonna go get groceries today. Please excuse me. Brakes are good. Brakes are good. So as you saw back there, the brakes are awesome, and it did it with quattro and all-wheel drive. It didn't understeer, it didn't oversteer, it just did it. And yeah, we squealed the tires a little bit, but you have to remember how low profile these tires are, and at the same time, it did it like a champ. What's really cool as well is if you look behind me, we have this huge sunroof or moonroof, whatever you want to call it, but it kind of gives it this very interesting kind of atmosphere. And of course, there's hardly any blind spots in this car at all. You can see all around you, and that is great. It's like, I'm almost curious to be like, if I got in a normal Q5, how much I would not like it after driving this. I feel it could almost be like a dud, but I might be wrong. But at the same time, there's a beautiful body kit on this car as well. It's a character body kit, and the greatest thing about it is, did you even notice it? I didn't even notice it at first because it goes so well with the car. It's actually a wide body essentially, but it's not so crazy to where it looks aftermarket. When you lower it on the bags or raise it on the bags, it looks like it was just part of the car, and it just fits perfectly. Now, another thing that gives the car a lot of oomph, essentially, is it's an APR Stage 2. And as we know, APR, when it comes to German and Audi and Volkswagen and all that good stuff, they're really good to go to. And this APR Stage 2 really wakes the car up. It's so smooth, it's so fun, but it's so smooth. But like I said earlier, you know, it's loud, but it's loud to the point to where you're not disturbing the peace, you're not shaking the space station. The reason it's pretty much that loud, it has non-resonated downpipes, and that adds to the flow and gives you more power. So APR Stage 2, along with that, I approve. Now, if you're gonna talk about the differences between the Q5 and the SQ5, it's the motor. The motor in the Q5 makes a little bit less horsepower. This one also has bigger brakes and quad exhaust. So those are the big things. But overall, you get an awesome upgrade package. It's worth the money. Another thing about Audis I've always loved is their flat bottom steering wheel. A lot of people kind of don't like that feeling of when you're, turning the wheel a lot and you get that flat bottom feeling. I love that feeling. Another cool thing about the interior is you get in this mom kind of car and you look around and there's this pretty carbon fiber wrap, and there's a great nav system, there's backup sensors, backup camera, whole 9 yards in here. It's basically everything you'll ever need. Only thing is, when you look down, if you're not used to like how to control everything, it's kind of all over the place. It looks like a space station. But other than that, I'm sure when you owned it, you'd get used to it over time. But as a novice driver of this, you're just like, what does that do? What does that do? What does that do? And then you accidentally mess with stuff. And I can totally see myself doing a very long road trip on this car because you can drive it anywhere when you can go up and down. It's almost like when you see a bunch of supercars when they don't have that lift system in the front. It's like, are you crazy? Cars that are performance oriented, I feel like, that are low enough should always be able to go up and down. And that's why I think bags have really caught on in the past 5 years. So as you see, this is how it works. We're gonna go up first, and then we're gonna go down. Hear that? As you can see, it goes for about 90 seconds, which isn't too bad, but for some people, they'll get in the car and be like, what's that sound? Is there something wrong? All right, guys, I want to thank all of you for watching this really quick little video. I apologize, it was a little short, but I have a flight to catch. So I want to thank Andy so much for letting me drive his beautiful car. Unreal how gorgeous this thing is in person. If you're ever in the Boston area, I encourage you to really give him some love. Follow him on Instagram right here. It's The Real SQ5, and no, it's not The Real SQ5, it's The Real SQ5. And I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a fantastic day.